We are back with another video, and we are here tonight at the Haunted Barn Theater, located in Porterville, California.
That scared me.
Is that your voice that you're hearing?
That sounds like someone singing. And I turned around, and in that area right there, in between those two little spaces, there was a full body apparition. It was a woman, and it was all grayish white, and I saw her, like I can see her face.
I don't want to go in there. Pretty spooked.
My name is Denise. I am the president of the board. I've been involved here for about 12 years now, and I've been president for the last 3 or 4 years, I think it is, and I've been on the board, served on the board for at least the last 10. The barn was originated in 1948, and it was about a mile or two up the road here on Plano Avenue, and it was in an actual barn outside of somebody's house on their property. And then they built this building was broken ground in 1954. And so they started again, it was just this area right here. We didn't even have the light booth, and the door was off where that alcove was. And then little by little, it's been added on. You know, the diner was added on, the warehouse was added on, and then of course the commercial kitchen and the lobby was added on. That wasn't until the 80s. But we have pictures of the actual erection of this, and you can see everything being built. It's really cool. So it was all volunteers. The Barn Theater was started by Peter Tewksbury, who went on to direct a lot of shows in the 50s. My Three Sons was one of them. We had some people connected here that was a part of the original Addams Family, the original Munsters, back in the 50s when that had started. I had a Christmas party for my work here, and afterward we were cleaning up. It was late. My friend and I were here. It was about probably 2 in the morning, and I always do a walkthrough and make sure everything's turned off and put things away and all that. And as I had walked to the back, I had put some things away, and I turned around to walk out, and then I heard something, and it was a very light shuffle. Could have been the wind or whatever. And I turned around, and there was the typical saying, but it's true, a woman in a white dress, and she was standing back there, and she had long hair, and I saw her, and again the goosebumps. I saw her clear as day. That's the first time I ever got a little freaked out enough to run off stage and walk out the doors, and we're like, we're leaving, let's lock up and leave. But and it was kind of weird because I didn't feel like I was threatened or anything. It just, it does kind of startle you. And one time, and it's funny because it was all in the same corner too. And one time I had come in and I had dropped something off, and I was got about middle of the stage, and I was leaving, and I heard a voice in the back, and it clearly stated, "Yoo-hoo!" And that was freaky because I heard it very clear, and I turned around and I said, "Hello," and I heard it one more time, and it was a little more faint, "Yoo-hoo!" And I had left, and so I called some people who had a little bit more history here and knew people that had passed that I wasn't familiar with or didn't get to meet. And 2 of them both told me, without knowing I had spoken to them, that they said it was Beverly Rose. And Beverly Rose was a woman who was very active here. She was an actress, she was a director, she had a lot to do with the theater, and they said that was one of the things she did. And it was always just, ooh, and I had heard it, and I had never met her, and she had passed long before I came along to the barn. So that was kind of cool. And then in the green room here, that originally was a diner, a very old diner from the 30s, and it used to be on Olive Avenue over here. And when the building was going to be demolished, and they donated it instead to the barn, and they attached it on to the building, and that became our green room, dressing rooms, and our makeup room. And you can see the little window that was the pass-through from the kitchen and all that. And we hear to this day, we just heard it most recently, our recent tour, the bell when your order's up, ding. And we have a bell in the back that's like that little old-fashioned bell, and we had it in there. Nothing happened. We were waiting. We all come out in this group, and we're walking out there, clear as day, ding, and nobody was back there. So that was kind of cool too. A very clear shadow figure that kind of, like, I have a little bit of goosebumps just thinking about it. We were on stage, and we had the light grid up here, and it was all dark. You couldn't see anything, and we had people hanging on stage, and there were people in the front row. And as we had the grid out, coming from that back alcove, going all the way across the light blue window right there, and that whole thing, very clearly a shadow went in there. I mean, it was really weird because there was no explanation for it. There's no lighting in here. There's no cars that can make a light or a headlight or anything like that. And it was with a professional tour, so we knew, everybody saw it. It was, that looked at it, we saw it clearly. And you could see it again when it replayed in the video. And so that was pretty cool. That was pretty neat. So the most activity that I personally felt has been in the green room, which is the room where we all get ready before we come out, and back by the makeup room, and in the alcove back there where the curtains are. We've had several shadows that you can see full figure heads that have popped out, and they're generally at more child height. We have had random people who have come up to us at intermission during shows and complain about kids being too loud in the back, and there aren't any kids there. And we had one lady, which this has been like 3 instances, but one lady that came up and she said as she was sitting there, someone kept flipping her hair, and there was a child running back and forth. And she said it was clear as day, and there were no children here during the show. It was more an adult show. I didn't get to see that or witness that, but I have seen the shadows in the back. We have had a lot of crazy activity in the green room that I personally experienced. There was probably about 7, maybe 8 of us. We were all sitting around asking questions like you do when you do a paranormal investigation. And we did the flashlight, turning the flashlight off and on. And one of my best friends had started asking questions about specific people here. And he brought me into it. And the flashlight was, I'd never seen it go on and off 2 questions for yes and no. And it wasn't scary because, I love this place and it's like a second home to me, so I was really comfortable with it. But we had some fun little things, and he was asking, so do you ever watch her in the dressing room when she's in the show? And, things like that. And then it clicked on yes when we did it. So that was kind of weird. And then just walking out on the stage from the makeup room from the back, I had been building set, and I was just cleaning up and I was sweeping, and I had stopped, and you stretch out your back and stuff. And I was sitting there looking at everything, and very clearly I felt someone rub my back and shoulders, just very gently. It's the only time I've ever felt something touch me like that, outside of a hair pulling before. We see a lot of shadow figures, never anything negative. We've never had anything creepy, in my opinion, it's never been creepy or negative. We try to keep everything very positive here. Back in here, this is, as you can see, this is our paint room way back in here. And what's this part? And so we have our paint room back here, and I was putting some props away in here. In fact, it was this bucket and this gold thing right here. And I had put those away, and I always double check, make sure that, lights are off, because, we're trying to make sure we do that. And as I walked out and I come back over here, and I'm like literally not even all the way out yet, and I heard something, and it wasn't anything that normally would have made me turn around and look, but it was, it was a noise, so I thought, did something fall or whatever, because we've had that. And I turned around, and in that area right there, in between those 2 little spaces, there was a full body apparition. It was a woman, I could tell it was a woman, typical flowing kind of white dress and long hair. And it was all grayish white, and I saw her, like I can see her face. It was not a creepy ghost face. It was a woman's face, and she was beautiful. She was younger, maybe in her 20s, and nobody knew a connection to her. And then that's when I went all the way out there, and you're like, yoo-hoo. So it was kind of cool though.
Before we get started, I just want to introduce ourselves. My name is Damon.
And I'm Dolores.
If there's any spirits out here in this theater, can you please communicate with us tonight? We have a lot of objects around this theater, and you can be able to make noise to let us know wherever you're at.
We have a REM pod on the stage. You can see the red light. If you want to go over and touch that, the REM pod has an electromagnetic field, and anything that breaks that magnetic field will make the REM pod light up and make noises. So feel free to go touch the little red dot that you see on the stage.
We have a lot of objects all over this room. We have call bells that you can push the button and it would notify us that you're somewhere in around the building. It's scattered everywhere. We just want to communicate tonight. As we walk inside the barn theater in pitch darkness, we brace ourselves on what lies ahead. We make our way towards the alcove next to the curtains. This is the area where Denise told us earlier about dark shadow figures being seen by eyewitnesses. The first equipment we will use is called the Geoport. A Geoport is a device that functions similar to a spirit box. The major difference is the Geoport cancels the scanning noise that you will hear normally. This will allow listeners to hear voices much clearer. During our Geoport session, we get remarkable direct responses from questions we asked. Also, a child's voice seems to come through who wasn't happy and thought I was making fun of it. Listen very closely.
What was a weird noise?
Sounds like a fart. It's a ghost fart. Steve.
How many children are here? 9? That sounds like a sneeze.
Yeah. Did you sneeze and fart?
Where would you like us to go? Where are you hiding?
Back?
What room are you in? I just got really cold.
I've been freezing since
I
we
just
came
got
over here.
really, really cold. And that's weird.
As soon as we came over here, started
Is that fart again?
freezing.
I don't know, but I'm freezing cold.
Heard
And that's the first time I felt like this tonight.
a fart.
Fart?
Now after the incredible Geoport session, we make our way to the green room. It is said by Denise that the green room is the most active spot for paranormal activity. In this session, we will attempt to sit quietly in the dark. We want to get a feel of the room and allow residual energy to do its own thing. I walk towards the door to set the music box on the floor. As I demonstrate how the music box works, we capture an intelligent EVP. First is going to calibrate. It's calibrating. And anything after that is not us. Here's an example if something stands in front of it or move across. Do you know Denise? She's my friend. I believe she works here. I've known her for a couple of days. She's a really nice lady. you do that again, please? One more time? Can you do something that will define the laws of physics? Can you move something?
EP session. Using the cassette player. I have a cassette player in my hand.
I felt something. There was a bang down there.
You recognize this cassette player? If you speak into it,
Flashlight, I'm
the blue
scared.
light is flashing.
I felt a bang.
We walked and searched the entire theater to investigate the loud sound we just heard during our session inside the green room. We couldn't find the source, so we head towards the loft area. As we make our way towards the loft, we kept in mind that people will frequently hear the door slam shut from the restroom area during performances. This is the area where Denise shared her personal encounter of seeing a full body apparition. I walk towards the restroom to see if I can ask the spirit to slam a door for me. It's pretty spooky.
Was that your device?
No.
I heard like a...
Nope. Nope, nothing.
Is there anybody in here?
It came from like my left side.
Can you slam on the door?
Yeah, because right as I was following Damon, once I hit that spot, I heard it sound like someone's like breathing into my ear, my left side.
Calibrating?
I was like, there's no... I was thinking it was this, but... That doesn't make a breathing sound.
Like she was saying, there's plenty of insulation on here. I mean, you can obviously see it.
Yeah.
If there's
And all
anybody on
that's
stage,
behind this, too.
can you please stand in front of the music box? This is where Denise saw a full body apparition of a ghost. It was standing right here. She said that it was about 20 years old, maybe? Is that your voice that we're hearing?
That sounds like someone singing.
Yeah, right? Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Were you singing?
Is that you, Beverly?
Beverly, can you sing for us?
Maybe it's this door that was shut. It's shut. Did she close this door?
Yeah, she closed it earlier.
Close it, huh?
Where do you want us to go? What was the loud bang that we heard?
Maybe whatever was around there didn't want us hanging out in there anymore, you know?
That scared me.
As I walk up the stairs to the loft, I will attempt to do a solo challenge. I will sit in the dark all alone to see if the spirits will get personal with me. I'll be honest, I feel quite nervous. I'm here up in the loft by myself. Can you make one of these costume move? Cat ball's moving. Yep, I'm not moving at all. Look, guys. Wow. That is amazing. I'll zoom in. Look, guys. The cat ball is moving. Can you turn the cat ball off? Thank you. Oh, you're turning it on? Okay. That's pretty cool. It's like disco. You like those lights, huh? There's a call bell. You can press the button. That will let me know for sure you are here. Thing went off again. Wow. The cat ball's going off. I'm not even moving at all. I'm sitting still. It's going off like crazy now. Wow. Look, the cat ball's going off like crazy. Let me try. Can you do that again? Once more. Thank you. Digital voice recording session at the theater back bathroom.
Under the loft?
Under the loft. It's just me and Dolores here. And we just wanted to communicate with anybody that is still here.
Who's been making the cat ball light up in the loft?
I think the bird's tripping. We'll get into it.
Did you make the music box play? Why do you like to stay up in the loft? Do you feel safer up there?
Alright, cutting digital voice recording session.
Did you make the music box play? Why do you like to stay up in the loft? Do you feel safer up there?
As we both get up and leave the restroom area, I walk towards the music box to turn it back on. We catch an intelligent EVP exactly the moment Cameron turns on his flashlight. I'll turn the music box back on. I'll turn the music box back on.
think?
The lights are flickering in the bathroom, and I don't know what's doing that. I don't want to go in there. I'm pretty spooked.
No way, dude. No way, dude.
Huh?
No way it did that.
Oh, it's still doing.
Aaron, get in here. Aaron, get in here. What? What doing it?
That was doing it earlier.
Hear that?
What?
The music box just went off a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
I did. It went zoom.
Oh, zoom. Go. Okay.
Yeah. Aaron, get in here. Whoever made the music box just go off, can you do it again, please? Who? Oh. Is that you, Beverly? No, is that not you, Beverly? Can you make the music box go off again, please? Thank you so much.
Oh my god.
It wasn't going off earlier in the lobby, huh? Is there someone with us here? Are you the one that wants us to turn off the lights?
Let's sit here and drink water.
You should text Charles and see if the back room lights always flicker like this.
I'll do that when I go back to the lobby.
Can you turn the lights on? Can you leave the lights on, please? Bro, no f***ing way. Thank you so much. Thank you. Can you make the lights flicker again? My friend Damon wants to see the lights flicker.
I want to see, please. If that's you. You hear the background of the cars passing by
Yeah.
and McDonald's. They have a McDonald's nearby.
Can you make the music box go off now since we're over here? It's that device on the floor, the one that made music earlier.
Ooh. Ooh, I got chills, bro.
Bro, something's here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Dude, that's crazy.
No, that's not even crazy, dude. You should see what I got on the camera.
What?
Back to back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the lights were flickering. I told it to turn it on, and it just stayed on.
Oh,
And
yeah?
then I just asked it to do the music box, and it did it.
Oh, yeah? That's crazy.
Thank you. Whoever's here, I want to say thank you so much.